Well, here we are again, Flamers and Stay-Hamers. Welcome to episode 7 of, and I have a jingle, Keep the Flame Burning. I think you'll find that works quite well. I'm actually here in Riverside Primary again for the second day running. Delighted to be here. I'm in the caterpillar room. It had always bugged me as to what that was all about. I'm also grateful to Riverside Primary for having left yesterday, of course, the tiny seats that suited me, and today a pair of trainers, probably just about in my size. So thank you very much to Riverside Primary for all of the facilities that they are laying on. Okay, so here we are on the final day of March, and I think you'll agree that it's probably a month that we will remember for a very long time indeed. But welcome to Keep the Flame Burning. Now, yesterday I did a shout out for Ibrox Primary, as you know, and all of the Flamers there, and I posed you a question, and that question was, why does Ibrox Primary associate itself so closely with everything to do with badgers? Now, in actual fact, Flamers, the name Ibrox comes from the Scottish Gaelic term for a badger's den or a badger's set. And in Old English, and I hope you're still awake now, the badger was called Brock. So Ibrox Primary uses images and references to the badger in the overall life of the school. Every day's a school day, Flamers. Now, I've had a complaint. It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This complaint, Flamers, came from Miss Bisland of the PE department within Bellahouston Academy's Health and Wellbeing faculty. Miss Bisland herself has only recently just stopped playing football for Partick Thistle ladies. And significantly, in terms of this story, she comes from down south. Now, she got in touch with me over the weekend there and complained, as I said earlier, about my accent when I was doing Joe Wicks, himself from down south, and I don't mean Borheed. I think she seemed to find my impression of Joe both offensive and possibly even stereotypical. This was a view shared also by my son, who happens to be a teacher of history and modern studies in another Glasgow secondary school. So a big Bella shout out to Castlemilk High, to all of the Flamers, old and young, big and small, that's Castlemilk High. Now, my son pointed out, with some justification I think, that he felt that I would not be particularly happy myself if someone was doing a naff Scottish accent online. So it's a fair point, or maybe even a fair pent, but it's also a fair point. No offence was intended. I'm sure you know that, Flamers and Stay-Hamers, but it doesn't matter anyway, because I've checked it out with the man himself on my daily call with Joe, and he has pronounced himself absolutely fine with it, or as he said, Kushti my son. So no problem with that. I have to say though that Miss Bisland's complaint caused me a little stress, and my flame flickered a little. Now, although my job as head teacher of Bellahouston Academy doesn't involve much stress at all, not at all, nevertheless, on the few occasions in which I have felt such stress, I turn to my main vehicle for relieving that stress, and here it is. It is the stress rocket. There it is in all its glory. And if I should feel stress building up as a result of complaint, you just never know when the jingle is going to appear. Should I feel such stress building up, then with an almost Herculean punch, in order to relieve the stress, I bring my mighty fist down upon the stress rocket, which shoots over my shoulder in a most affecting manner. So, stress has been dissipated, Miss Bisland, or as Joe would say, salted. Salted. Anyway, you are listening to Keep the Flame Burning. Ah, dear. Now, I think Joe is trying to keep in with me. I've got no doubt about that, Flamers and Stay-Hamers. His Body Coach TV programme, as we know, is trying to move in on the Boss It with Baldy fitness and dietary programme. So he's got Body Coach TV, and I'm developing Shoddy Slouch TV. I think that has a ring to it. So negotiations continue, Flamers and Stay Hamers. We're all looking at some advertising slogans as well, it has to be said. I'll try these out on you. My, I'm doing star jumps with a pie. Could work. What about this? You'll always please your teacher if you work out with a pizza. So really just prototypes at the moment, Flamers. Happy to hear more dietary and exercise related slogans from you. So Joe continues to insist upon a vegan option, as I was explaining, and I told you yesterday that we continue to be in discussions with Regan Vegan of Dunvegan. Watch out for developments on that front. Joe has even said, and this is exciting news, almost beyond exciting if there's such a thing, that he would be prepared to jog up, because it would be a mere jog for Joe, from England in person, and jogging in person is probably the best way to go about it. He'd maybe even come and do an exercise or two, a routine for us up here in dear old Glasgow. So very exciting news there, Flowers and Flamers, or Flowers, and I'll keep you in touch with developments there. So remember, and send in any pictures or ideas to your teachers on Glow, the Show My Homework. There's hashtag Keep the Flame Burning, and of course the Twitter page for any artwork. That's hashtag Bella Celebrates Art at Art Celebrates. So those are your two Twitter pages there. Nearly there then. Don't overdo it with the work, of course. We're in this for the long haul, especially if you're watching these episodes. So finally, of course, keep washing the hands in the old soap and hot water. If you sneeze or cough, do it into a tissue, bless me. If you don't have a tissue, bless me again. Then do it into the crook of your elbow, and then bend your elbow. Still going for that catchphrase. So that's it, Flamers and Stay Hamers. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay hame.